Hey, it says we're streaming. I may not be streaming. I don't know yet. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting things started up again. It says, hey, it says I'm live. That's a good sign. So, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, no one's watching. Let's bring it up. Let's see what happens. I want to see if the stream is still working. Hey, it's up. The stream is working. Awesome. Hello, possibly everyone. Is anyone actually here yet? Probably not. I doubt anyone's going to happen to be here right at the time the stream starts, but... Oh, hello, someone is here. Hey, Siddharth, it's nice to see you. I think that's how it's pronounced. Hey, Leo. Wow, people are already ready for this. That's awesome. So, we are back. I have just gotten up, sort of, not too long ago. Yeah, I just started. Hey! I'm a little bit catching up here. I'm a little bit tired, a little groggy, but that's alright. So, hello everyone. First thing we're going to do in this second part of the stream is time to catch up on what I did last night. Because I did a little bit of planning, just organizing the thoughts. Last time, we figured out we're going to do a shmup. I had some plans. They were a little bit all over the place, let's be honest. So last night, I just consolidated everything. I came up with a solid plan for how we're going to get this done, and we're going to have a kick-ass game by the time this is over. And this is good. This means less going all over the place, solid idea. So my basic plan... Oh, I forgot something. Before anything, I want to create lives for the player. And this is just my checklist of how I'm going to do things from start to finish. Actually, I'd probably do these mechanics first. But yeah. So I've decided there's going to be a general theme for the whole game. Going on with the running out of space idea, here's my theme. A strange disturbance has been spotted and is consuming the known universe from the edge inwards. Are there edges of the universe? I don't know. It's a frickin' video game story. Go along with it. You are the top starfighter pilot with the most generic badass name since Johnny Five Aces. You are Ace Starkiller Schwarzschild. You are going to fly to the outer rim of the known universe until you've run out of outer space, huh? See? Another way the theme's incorporated. And you will stop this disturbance once and for all. Along the way, you'll encounter dangerous aliens, unknown spatial anomalies, and a myriad of other threats looking to take you out. Can you save the universe from these evildoers? Find out when the game is finished. That's what we're going to be trying to implement. That's my general idea for how this is going to work out. I like it because it incorporates the theme more ways than just, the naive shmup idea. So, yeah, the space player's literally running out of space because at some point they're being out of outer space. And also, note, the monster is consuming outer space. So you're also running out of space like that, huh? I don't know. I like the idea of just incorporating the theme in a lot of different ways. So it gives us a lot of clear ideas. Things are going to be space-themed and space-based because of this general theme. So this gives us a solid direction. There's no more floundering around. And yeah, this is my solid plan. We're going to create lives. We're going to create black and white hole mechanics. This is my idea. You have black holes where you can shoot stuff into the black hole and it comes out of the white hole. That's going to be the sort of gimmick to make it a little more interesting than just yet another, basically bullet hell style shmup. So there'll be enemy types, of course. We're going to have to create all of our enemy types before we do anything else fancy once we have these. Like, this is a coding thing. I want to get the coding stuff done out of the way. Then we can design our enemy types, finalize the player mechanics, which I think are pretty solid, but we'll adjust those there so they're matched against the enemy. And at that point, we can start getting to level design, the final boss, do game refining, game balancing. We can create the game art. We can create a title screen and control explanation because we don't want people to go in without knowing the controls. Controls are important. And from there on, we'll do audio. We'll create sounds and effects. And if somehow we're still not out of time by that point, we can see if we can create some sort of musical score for the game. But I don't know if we'll make it that far. That's the plan. Let's do it. So, ooh, black and white game where you fight using colors. Yeah, that reminds me of, what's that game called? I believe it's Ikaruga? Yeah, something like that. Chemtrails. Haha. I did not incorporate the Earth is flat, but sure. And awesome. So it seems chat is doing good. Thank you. I'll be checking chat periodically, so there's hopefully a little bit of interaction going on. And yeah, anything happening in here? Ooh, it's it's a link to the stream. Hey, so everyone, if you don't know, I'm streaming right now, and there's a link to it. Yeah, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna first off just take a sip of tea, calm down. I don't want to I want this to not be quite as hectic as last time. I want it to be a little bit chill, so... See this, viewers? This is Benny being chill. Sort of. And let's get to it. First up on the agenda is lives. I wanted this to go arcade style. I figured that's the most appropriate and simplest way to make it, well, a reasonably fun game. Right now, I believe did I disable enemies, or do I have it still set up? I think I still have it set up. Okay, so that's good. I don't need that to run that. So first thing I need is to implement lives. So my player component, logically enough, is called inventory component, because good lord, Franken codebase. I like whoever said that last time. That's a very good description of it. But yeah, I think, actually even better, it should probably be in a collectibles, because like, you know, lives, you can collect 1-ups and stuff. So collectibles, we'll have that. No, screen shake is a collectible because logic. So I think I'll just have private int lives. I'll have a parameter here. It just takes in int num starting lives, sure. And lives equals num starting lives. And honestly, I think this is just going to sort of be a container, I guess. Because I guess, well, yeah, multiple components need to know about this. This is a logical enough place to put it. Why not? So I'll just go ahead and have a getter for it. Public int get lives. I'll have a method for it. Public void add lives. Int num lives. There we go. Going to be very straightforward. Boop. And actually, you know, I could get this a little bit fancier. I have to make boolean, where it returns if lives are less than 0. But I don't think I need to do that. I think that's alright. So I have all this. I think that's actually pretty good. Just need to actually set it up. I have it set up here, which, oh, it's default parameters? Question mark? How am I just creating collectibles? I'm pretty, oh, because I do have default parameters. Whoops, missed that for a second. I'll say 5. 5's a good number of lives to start with. Okay, that just about sets up the collectibles. Now I need to actually make lives do something. So what I'm going to do here is somewhere in here I have what happens when the player gets hit. Alright, this is what happens when the player gets hit. So at this point I'll just say collectibles. I definitely have collectibles. I'm pretty daggone sure. Yeah, collectibles. Boom. Collectibles, add lives, -1. Boom. Should be simple as that. And the only question is, well, how do I determine if I'm out of lives? I mean, I could do something really simple just to make sure the mechanic's working. Sure, I guess I'll do that. I'll draw a string called lives, collectibles.get lives, and I'll move it way down the screen somewhere, just like -y, sure. So it should just be in like the lower left corner. There should be the lives display now. Ooh, or not. We are having a bug. Okay, this is interesting. What could possibly have gone wrong with that? I forgot I forgot to return lives. Alright, fair enough. Now, let's see if lives work. I just want to see if they work. They should be, but it's good to check. And then from here I can sort of decide how I'm going to attack. So hey, there we have lives in the corner. Probably not where I want to put it. So let's just run into an attack. Boom! Hey, I lost a life! If I get hit again, when the vulnerability occurs, hey, I lost another life. And eventually I should be able to run out of lives, and nothing should happen, because I have no programming for that. So what should I do? How should I determine... Here's what I want to do. I don't want to force the player to quit the game just because they're out of lives. So I think what I want to have happen is, like, if the player runs out of lives, they have to use a continue. And I want some sort of screen like that. So how should I implement continues? Basically, yeah, you continue, you get more lives. Simple as that. But you lose your score. And yeah, that seems reasonable. So if you run out of lives, yeah, that's fair. So essentially, when I continue, I'll just be resetting the collectibles. So at that point, what I really want to do is I want to pause the game as it is. I want the game to continue. Maybe fade it out a little bit. and just have a display. Should continue. And that's probably easiest to code. Yeah, inside here. Just inside the scene. I could do a component for it somewhere, but I'm gonna be lazy. It's a Franken code base anyways, so what the hell? It's the what the hell effect. So first off, lighting. I want to dim the screen, so I'll have private double screen lighting, which starts off at 1.0. That'll be here. So this way, this gives me a way to set it. And in my update, I'm going to have a way to test for continues. Very hacked together, but hey, it works. That should be pretty simple. It should be just be if collectibles.getLives is less than or equal to 0, then Boolean, actually, how about this? Boolean player, how about this? Game is, actually, this check is doing that, so, you know, I don't really need a new Boolean. This is the test right here, so, okay. So, how about this? As long as lives are greater than 0, I'll update the range. And stars delta and everything. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set screen lighting equal to 0.5. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little note. Note, this will be a problem when I move in for dynamic lighting. Because otherwise it's just overwrite whatever there. That's not good. So really what I'd want to do is want to save the screen lighting and restore it once the game's going again. So yeah, just to make this a little bit easier to test, collectibles, 1 life. It's a very hardcore game. So you have 1 life, and it's already over. Okay. What? It says I have 1 life. I don't... Okay. So how about this? I'm just going to print the get number lives. Because this is interesting because it seems like I don't understand how this test could fail. Okay. It's an interesting issue. Oh, because I forgot to reverse the check. Okay, that makes sense. So number off is greater than 0, then I do it. Okay. There we go. So light logic error. I mean, what can you do? Like I said, I'm still a bit tired. I haven't been up too long, but... Hey! Game over! So what I'm going to do here is I have 2 paths for this. If this is alright, this is alright, this is alright. Basically, I want to change the text rendering. So, as long as this is greater than 0, I can do all the... Well... Honestly, do I need to? Honestly, really, all I want to do is have... If this is less than or equal to 0, because that's the opposite check, and I just want to have, like, game over in the middle of the screen. So yeah, something like that. So... I guess I'll just write game over, press, what should continue be? Press C to continue. Sure, that makes sense. C for continue. To use a continue. Sure. I don't need to have anything here. I could count continues. In fact, yeah, why not? Let's have a continue counter. So private, well, I'll add that later. Let's just get this working first. So I want this on the x-axis. Like these are the coordinates. I want y. I actually want this in the middle, so 0 on y. For x, I sort of... it's a little tricky. I want to, like, center it, and I don't have, like, a center option for text rendering, so let's just do this. Let's see what happens. I should get hit, and then it should be game over. Get hit. Game over! Hey! It works, though actually, I think I should probably just have like a new line there. And this should be a... Now, let's just see what this does. Let's see what this does. So, whoa, I missed. There you go. So, okay, my text rendering does not respect new line characters. That's good to know. So, here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to have, I'm not using the y variable anymore, so I'm going to reuse that. I'm going to set y equals 0, y equals this. There we go. And then I'm just going to draw this on a new line. So, duplicate the whole thing to a new line. There we go. Press C to continue. And actually, to make this a little easier to test, collectibles, no lives, just immediately game over as soon as you start the game. And, hey, you start the game and it's game over. But this is kind of doing what I want. I do want, okay, like game over should be a little bit more like center. Here, let's just start it. I want to figure out what X value I need this to be at to center the text. Like, I guess I could sort of try and calculate it, but I feel like eyeballing it. That looks about right. So that's where the game over is going to be. This, whoops, this is where the continue. I should have it a bit bigger, actually. Hang on. So right now I have it this big. What if I just make it, a little bigger? So it's 0.075 now. What if I make it like, I don't know, 0.15? Just double it. And, is this... Oh, I spent the terminal. Okay, well, I'll just type it out manually. There we go. Come on, make and run. What? Did I change directories or something? Oh, okay. Well, my terminal's acting up for some reason, but that's alright. It seems like we're still going strong. Game over. Can it work? Hey, the bigger game over. I actually like the bigger game over, so I'm going to do that. And that should, if it's logical, it should be double the X value to keep aligned. Yay! It's game over! And then a little bit smaller below, we can like press C to continue. Come on. Yeah, there we go. I really like that. I think that's an excellent game over screen. Game over, press C to continue. Boom. Perfect. That's the game over screen. So now we actually just need to implement it, but I want to check chat really first in case anyone has anything they want to say to me. In stream, tip for screen shake. Okay. Try to implement this later. That is interesting. I like this idea. I will see if I can toy around with something like that. But, yeah, okay. I don't have Perlin noise implemented, though. That could be an issue. And I also do not have rotation implemented in this. That's the other thing. So I don't know if this could actually work with the Dare engine, because the Dare engine's a little bit limited. But that is a very interesting way to do screen shake. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll keep that in mind. All right. So, what has been happening? Hey, everyone. It's nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Blunderchips. I wonder how you keep track of all your functions. In this project, I kind of don't. It's a little bit too crazy. To register as a contestant. No, apparently not. Alright, reverse music videos. I did not see your comment. I'm going to make a 3D model on Blender while I watch it. Oh, that's awesome! I haven't done 3D modeling in Blender for a while. I should do that again. That's always a lot of fun. Good choice of activity. I approve. But let's continue our quest to implement game over. I have a button construct that I've been using for the players, like right here, but yeah, I'm gonna just hard code this. At this point, I guess I could maybe make the code base more clean, but in a time frame? Well, we'll see if I have time left over. I think at this point, though, it's probably best to just cut my losses. Continue button. This will be new key button, just like this. And just, there we go. New key button. I don't actually want two things, though. I just want key C. So, there we go. So otherwise, this. And what I'm going to say is if continue button dot is down, then I'm going to reset the collectibles. There you go. Yeah, I don't want to make it impossible for someone to finish the game. I want people to be able to finish the game even if they're absolutely terrible at the game. But yeah, I also at the same time want to make it like challenging if you actually care about playing the game. That's sort of what I'm going for, and it's a tricky balance to get. So first of all, I actually do need to set this back to 1 if I want to implement continues. So, boom. Build and run. What happens? Errors! Okay. Input does not exist yet. Okay, so I will have to initialize it later. That's fair. Okay, yeah, that makes sense though. So, okay, so continue button starts off equal to null. And yeah, I'll just initialize it like right off the bat or something. Like somewhere here is good. So continue button equals boom. And I did set it to like an appropriate variable type, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's build and run. Let's see what happens. I hope continues work. That'd be really cool. But you never know. If I press C right now, first off, let me get some points. Okay, so I'm getting some points. If I press C right now, nothing happens. Good. So I guess, oh, I have to wait for the second wave of enemies. Let's get hit. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Whoop. There we go. Game over! Yay! If I press C, oh, I do not reset the lighting. Okay, there we go. So if continue button and screen lighting goes back to normal. There we go. That should work though. Let's try this. So I fly in, I get hit. Hey, game over. Press C to continue. I can kill stuff. I have invulnerability. And cool, if I get hit again. Oh, interesting. That did not take any lives. Why does this... Okay, because at this point, the collectibles referenced here is not the same as the collectibles referenced by the player. Okay, so that's not quite as simple as this. So there's a couple ways I could do this. I could manually do some stuff, or I could just have sort of a reset. And I think I'm just going to have like a reset function. So that should be like pretty dead simple. So public void reset. That seems like the easiest way to do this. This does mean I'm going to have a few more variables in here, which shouldn't be a big deal. It's a private double initial max power. Yeah, I'll just have like initial power and initial lives. There we go. And I'll set these at the start. That makes sense. This dot initial max power, this dot. Actually, make it a little bit more robust. Not that it matters here, but I'm doing it anyway. It's out of habit at this point. Yeah, set it to whatever I set it there, so I can change the formulas for these, and these will automatically be set correctly. This dot initial power is this dot power, and this dot lives equals initial live. There we go. And at this point, reset should be dead simple. It should just be this sort of thing, except reversed. So, yeah, like this dot max power becomes this dot power becomes this, and this dot lives becomes this. All right, a little bit tedious to write out, but hey, it's not too big of a deal. Is there any other variable in here I actually care about resetting, though? Like, yeah, screen shake. Actually, I do need to reset screen shake and score, so both of those I'm going to... They're initialized to 0, so I'll just take the lazy way out here, sort of negating what I did earlier, but oh well, this dot score equals 0, and this dot screen shake equals 0.0. Or do I want to reset screen shake? I definitely want to reset score. That's like the big thing. If you want a high score, you have to play without continue. But screen shake... I don't know. I'll leave it out for now. If I need to change it, I can do it later. So here I'll just change this collectibles dot reset. There we go. Oh, what? Okay, that's... There we are. Make and run. Let's do it. Oh. What? Doubled... Oh, variable types are important. Integer. Alright, there we go. That should solve all the issues There we are. So let's get hit. In fact, I should be able to just stand still and get hit, because everything's aimed at me. Yes! Ha ha! Game over. Press C again. Wait for vulnerability to run out. And... hey! I got hit. Game over. I can continue again as many times as I care to. So you could be complete rubbish at this game and still complete it as long as you don't care about getting scores and whatnot. That said, I did talk earlier about keeping track of the number of continues. I think that'd be interesting. So how can I do that? I mean, obviously, in terms of just literally keeping track of it, it's easy. Have a variable, private int num continues used, which starts off equal to 0, and then increment it. But how should I communicate that? I mean, obviously, like when you continue would make sense. So yeah, I think actually I'll just put it below, press C to continue. Continues used plus num continues used. There you go. Something like that. And whenever I continue, num continues used plus plus. There we go. Alright, let's wait for it to get hit and see what happens. So I get hit. No, I've used no continues so far. I kind of want to make that line like a little lower, but that's okay. So, alright, I'll wait for vulnerability to run out. Hit again. Hey, I've used one continue. Okay. Okay, cool. So that gives the player like a way to keep track of how many continues they use. So, okay, good. I like that. What? Oops, sorry. Not that. I do want this to be a little lower on screen. I think an easy way to do this is sort of cheat and just like write a line of nothing. Just, except I wrote the wrong line is nothing. This line should be nothing. There you go. So just literally write a blank line onto screen, see what happens. Hey! That's a little better. I kind of want it to be aligned differently. Okay, here's what I think. I think maybe I'll take this. I'll actually add another line. And I'll align you just like a little bit over. How's that? Yeah, this is all aesthetics right now. This is just... Is this just how the continue screen looks? So let's see what happens. Okay, it's not quite what I had in mind. It's a little bit too far over. Let's cut that down a bit. I feel at this point, though, I could just shortcut this by setting initialize to 0 and immediately seeing the continue screen, because I know the mechanics work. Now it's just, how does it look? So I start the game, and boom, immediately, game over. Continues used 0. Oh, look at this! Haha! Kind of interesting how that works, but yeah. It does not scale with the number of continues, that's the thing. And also, I think it could maybe be a little bit lower. We'll see. Let's see what it looks like if it's a little lower. I kind of want the continues used to be separate from the main message. Yeah, something like that. Also, the game over and press C to continue are a little bit misaligned. So I think press C to continue could be like a touch over, like maybe, I don't know, 0.49. Something like that. Yeah, that's better aligned. And continues used could be something like this. Even if I use a bunch of continues, as I use more and more continues, it gets more and more out of line. But I'm actually kind of okay with that. You know, really, I think it's the initial impression that's most important. I could do something clever where it changes the alignment based on how many digits are in continue used, but honestly, continuous use already is kind of out of line, though. Like, I feel like... Let's move it a little bit more over. Wait, that's the other direction. Oh, wait. Okay. Wrong direction. That's a line that's a little better. Okay. If I see up to multiple digits, it's out of alignment again, and bad things happen. But you know what? Does it matter, though? I don't know. I'll leave it, and I'll come back to it later. Let's see if chat has anything they want to say. Ooh, that's interesting. I wish you good luck, King Herring. Okay. Do you have any collision response code? Sort of. I can respond to collision. I'm not doing too much with it, but I can respond to collision. But yeah. So I think at this point I pretty much have lives up, just except actually one thing. I want lives to be displayed a little differently. I don't just want like a lives counter in the corner. I want to display kind of like, you know, Galaga or something, where it's this the number of lives down in the bottom left corner. Something like that. So where this would start at like -1, Y would be -1. Actually, does that even work? I'm curious if that even works with my thing. I don't think that would work. Oh, it does work. Oh, never mind. So actually, I could just do lives like this, and then if I die, they go down. But like, ideally, I display like multiple copies of the player sprite. That's what I really want to do. So where's my player sprite? Actually, I have a primary sprite sheet. Don't I have... Okay. I want to make drawing consistent, so let's see how do I draw. But then again, that'll be confusing. Because here's the thing, like, in this sort of game, the player's going to be spending a lot of time near the bottom of the screen. You wouldn't want the player to be like here, and then the player gets covered up with his own sprite. That'd be kind of not good. So maybe actually a counter is the best way to do this. I don't know, that's an interesting design decision thing. I think it would be kind of cool if there's player sprites or something. I kind of want something more than just that, but that's an art thing, so I'll save that for the art segment. I think that's the takeaway here. I'll save that for whenever I do art, which is right here. For now, though, I have lives for the player. I have game overs, I have continues. Now I want to do the black and white hole mechanics. So, let me just start by just clarifying my initial vision, both for myself and for anyone watching. Here's my vision. So let's say this is the bottom of the screen. This short triangle is the player. Player's a triangle here for some reason. And this swirly thing is a black hole. So a black hole is going to have an associated white hole, which I'll actually swirl the other way just to show it's a white hole. That's a black hole, that's a white hole. If a projectile goes into a black hole, it comes out the white hole at the same sort of trajectory. That's the general principle here. And really, I think that's just about all there is to it. I want this to affect both enemy and player projectiles, and these could sort of move around the screen. So the black hole itself might be moving off in some crazy trajectory, same as the white hole. I think that would be interesting. That would be an interesting way to twist up the game a little bit. Make it a little bit more odd, and it's all space themed, so I like the space theme. So as far as implementing this goes, how should I implement this? Obviously, I think they're going to be a lot like what we have so far. It's going to be a lot like an enemy. How does an enemy handle it right now? Enemies, they get hit. I mean, this is all responding with hits. So I'm start with a black hole. A black hole is going to work like an enemy, except it's just going to destroy any bullets that hit it, basically. For now. When white hole comes, it's going to be a little later. But for enemy... Oh. Enemy component is actually pretty darn simple. In fact, can I do the black hole with an enemy component? I might be able to be perfectly honest. I think, like, yeah, this is like the basic concept for a black hole. Huh. Who knew? So I think I should do something similar to this at the very least. I won't need spawning on death here, I don't think. Well, I guess I could do some spatial anomalies. Health, though. How much health should a black hole have? Should it be able to be destroyed after it takes a certain amount of damage? Oh, but here's the thing. The hittable is going to be different, because it can get hit not only by... Yeah, not only by enemy hazards, but also player hazards. Both types of bullets. So that's going to be a little bit different. I could parameterize that somehow. That's one option. Or I could just create a completely new thing. Honestly, there's not too much code here, so it might just be better. I mean, really, if I use it based on the enemy component, I'm saving two things. There's two things being reused. There's the get collider component being reused, and there's this initialization of a loop being reused. Other than that, the rest I don't care too much about. Damage, I think, could be interesting. Okay, I guess we'll be reusing damage. So I guess this is a big thing I don't need to reuse. So does it make sense? Let me think for a moment. Oh yeah, this can go away now. I don't need to keep the screen shake with the enemy. Actually, that's a good point. Before I get too far into that, I want to look at what I did with the basic enemy. Because, yeah, I thought so. I thought the basic screen shake here right now is hard-coded. That's not how I want to do things. I would prefer it to be a parameter in my parameters list here. So 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now there's 5. So parameter 6 is going to be the amount of screen shake on hit. There we go. And now at this point I should be able to do params sub 6, and that should get me this. So this is the way I can parameterize it. Different enemies can cause different screen shake. I don't need to do any fancy coding. It's all parameterized. That's what I want. Let's just test. If I... There we go. Screen shake working as intended. Good. Back to black holes. Should I do this based on the hittable? Not hittable. The enemy component. How about this? Let's go for a different perspective. If I do it based on the enemy component, what would I need to change in this for it to work? I need to parameterize what type of bullets can hit it, which actually could be interesting. It would be interesting to have an enemy that could be hit by its own bullets. So actually, I think I'm going to do that. So let's look at my hittable component types. Where's hittable? Hittable component. There we go. I have several different component types: the collectible, the hazard, and enemy hazard. Okay. What I should do is to have what sort of components it gets hit by. So that should be a parameter. I don't think I have too many enemy components, so this shouldn't be too big of a deal just to add to the default constructor. But yeah, what... Actually, should it be a parameter, or should it just be something like add, like a list? Like... So... That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking... Like, if I take it in here, I'd essentially have to just pass in an array, which seems like a little overkill considering, 90% of enemies are going to be this, but I suppose that makes sense. It makes enough sense. I'm going to do it. So, hittable component, those are integers, so there we are. So, what I'm going to do is, well, just add that. Private integer array, hittable, let's say, hittable component types, question mark? Maybe? I don't know, actually. I think that could work. It'll work. Let's do it. Integer array. Hittable component types. There we are. This dot hittable component. Actually, though, I don't want this to be here. I'd rather do this before. Like right after screen shake. I think that makes more sense. And here I'm going to change it up, because rather than just this, it's going to be a loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a for loop. I equals 0. Am I already doing for loop? I'm not, so this is safe. I is less than hittable component types dot... There you go, spelled correctly. Dot length, spelled correctly. Ugh. My hands aren't wanting to type today. I++, there we are. And in the loop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if c.type is equal to hittable component types sub I. If this is true, what I want to do is basically this. Whoop, whoop, there we are. There we are. Okay. And oh, okay, never mind. For a second I thought something didn't make sense there, but no, that makes sense. And then after I get hit, I'm gonna break out of the loop. I don't. Yeah, this should work. This is gonna do it. This is handling one particular component. It either matches or it doesn't, so it's gonna look through all the hittable component types. If this hittable component is one of those types, it gets hit. Otherwise, it just goes through the loop and nothing happens. Good, that makes sense. That's what's supposed to happen. So I'm gonna put this on a new line because it's taking up a lot of line space. And other than that, is there anything else I want to do here? For now, no. Let's just create the integer array. So enemy component, right here, gonna be new. Woo, typing. Typing is not my friend today for some reason. Here I'm gonna do essentially what I used to have, which is hittable component type. Oh, I'll just. There we are. Hittable component dot type enemy hazard. And just for fun, let's change it also to hittable component dot type hazard. Now this should be fun, because this way we should be able to lure the enemies into shooting each other. That, I think, will be fun. If this works. This could very well not work. Alright, so first test, shooting the enemies still blows them up. Now I should be able to lure the enemies to they're not shooting. Okay. Is that because they're like killing themselves when they get hit? Question mark? Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if I just remove that. Is that the issue? Okay, now they're shooting again. Okay. So if I do something like this, I need some way for enemies to not hit themselves with their own bullets. Okay, this could be interesting. So how would they not hit themselves with their own bullets? If that's one of the types. Like, how does it shoot? Oh, it's not even in the enemy component. Okay. So there's two things I could do here. I could sort of give up on that idea. Ooh, that could be really cool. What if you had an enemy which could only be hit by other enemies' bullets? That's the only way to kill it, to lure other enemies to shoot it. That would be kind of cool. I think that'd be fun. So I kind of want to do this. But I need, like, a way to avoid enemies shooting themselves if that happens. I feel like there's a pretty easy way to avoid that, though. Right now I'm spawning bullets right on top of the enemy. So if I just, like, spawn bullets in front of the enemy instead, you know, it shouldn't be able to shoot itself. It makes sense. So let's try that out. Let's, first off, close that. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you right now. So you can go away. Bullet spawner. I always forget how this is parameterized. It's lots of crazy, bizarro parameters. So there should be, alright, some bullet spawn properties. Should be a position X and Y. Okay. Yes, there is a position X and Y. Good. But it comes from the place. So I don't have an offset, really? Like all those different parameters for this, I don't have an offset for this? That can't be right. Hang on. Bullet spawn variance, I know, has some sort of position X and Y variance. There we go. But randomize position X, Y, there. So this takes in position X and Y. Bullet spawn properties passes in to bullet variance, randomize position X, and position X itself comes from here, which takes from the bullet spawner, which passes in the entity's position. So actually, I think I do need. Pretty sure it comes from the entity's position. I'll double check, but I'm pretty darn sure that's where I'm getting this from. Where's spawn bullet? Yep, any X and Y. Okay. So if I do this, I need an extra constructor for, yeah, offset X and Y. How would that work? Because I already have like a bunch of different constructors. I don't need this constructor anymore. Feels like it would be a royal pain to change them all. But it all seems like that's necessary if I want to do what I want. So, let me think for a moment. Today's flavor of tea, in case you're wondering, is chai tea, just like last night. And, wow, it is a good tea. What can I say? I'm just in a tea kind of mood recently. But nevertheless, we're going to be... I think we're going to do it somehow. Somehow or another. We're going to create some constructor that adds in bullet offset X and Y. Like you said, that's what I need here. I just need, like, it as a parameter. So I should forget about constructor for a moment. How would I store it here? I'm pretty sure it would be simple as just, like, an X and Y offset. So, what I'm thinking here is private double, offset X, and offset Y. Very... My refactoring sense is tingling, but I'm just gonna have to tough it out for this. This is not... I don't think I can do enough quality refactoring within the time frame to make it a net positive for time usage here. So offset X and Y. And then at this point, I think that's all I need to do with it. I just need... Now at this point, it's just a way of how do I initialize it? And the most logical initialization technique is, well, in init. So right now I have shoot start delay. So here I just, in the init function, which is the basis of everything, I'd have double offset X and double offset Y. And it should be simple. It should be this dot offset X equals offset X. And those should not have a semicolon. What am I doing? There we are. Same thing for offset Y. But I have so many different constructors for this. So the question is, how on earth am I going to incorporate it? Shoot start delay, this is 0 here in this constructor. Here, it's a more comprehensive thing. Yeah, this is, I think, the actual Big Daddy constructor. Where is it? This isn't the Big Daddy constructor because it doesn't have the... What's it called? It doesn't take in the array of different shooting vectors. Do I even have the Big Daddy constructor? I guess not. Maybe I do. Is this the Big Daddy constructor? That's the init function. What the hell? I guess I've been doing all this time without a true big constructor that takes in everything. That, I mean, okay, I guess I haven't needed it yet, but that's just a little odd, I guess. Actually, how many... I don't have that many constructors now to think about it. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? There's just 4 constructors. Oh yeah, and that's not an issue at all. For some reason I was under the impression I had like 10. Okay. Now this won't be an issue. This is just like adding a parameter to a few more constructors. So this one, the bullet spawner, I have a screen area, I have an entity adder, I have variants, properties. Where would be the most logical place to add on this? I think after shoot interval, maybe, would be the most logical place. First off, shoot start delay. Does this actually a parameter to any other constructor? It's parameter to this one. So, yeah, I'm thinking, like, since that's where it is in the initialization, it would make the most sense to come after the shoot start delay. So there. And then here I can pass in offset X and offset Y. In this constructor, I'm just going to start off with no offset X and Y. In this constructor, it's calling another constructor, so that should be fine. As long as I still want this constructor to behave as it was. What sort of constructor is this? I think this is... Is this one where... Yeah, this is one where I generate, like, attacks in a circle. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to have, like, a spread shot, this is a constructor to use because it automatically generates things in, like, some sort of circular spread. Yeah, and this is another variant of it that takes in fewer parameters. Okay, that makes sense, which means this one should be like a simplified variant that takes in... I feel like the only difference between these two constructors is... Yeah, this one takes in... this. Why does this constructor not have a shoot start delay and offset X and Y? It feels like that would make a lot more sense. So I'm going to go ahead and add those parameters to here. So this is going to have a shoot start delay and an offset x and y. This is going to have a shoot start delay and offset x and y. They're going to both go into the here after the start area. Yeah? I guess? Yeah. Shoot start delay, offset x, offset y. This makes the most sense, I think. Which means here, now is not going to be just nothing. Now, we can actually have a shoot start delay and an offset x and y here. Good. Whew. With all that, we're going to have a bunch of errors. So let's just meet them. Let's meet them. Let's see what happens. How many errors do we have? Oh, buddy. Okay. All right. Oh, boy. So, no suitable constructor found for bullet spawner in test scene 236. Okay, so of course the enemy's not right anymore. So here are params 5. So it's 0, -1, 5, and then it went straight into properties. So that was used to be using this constructor, which means now I have to provide some shoot start delay and etc. So 0, 0, 0, bam, problem solved. I'll change it later. Where else? And also it looks like the rest of them are test 320. It's like the boss thing, attacks thing, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it looks like this. I can pretty much just add this on. Let's see if that error goes. Wait, I need the comma here, but let's see if that error goes away. I think that's all I need because I think that's what I did. But yeah, let's see if it happens. Does it work? Hey, 15 errors. That means 2 errors have gone away. And if I scroll up, booyah, that is no longer an error. So this should be most of the fix. Oh, this isn't the boss entity. This is a zoom bullet. Oh, right. This is a bullet that shoots more bullets. I forgot. I made that when I was goofing around. In the boss itself, though, this might be more interesting because this is using the circle constructor. So num bullet spawn speed. Okay. Shoot interval. And then you should be using this constructor, I think. So that shouldn't be an issue. That's why it's 459 where the problems start, because here you're using a different constructor. You're using spawn speed. Oh, and I could just kind of pass everything right on, can't I? So I could do something like this. And this should give me exactly... My word, how many bullet spawners does this thing have? Is that like 8 bullet spawners? Wow. Okay. Hey, there's one away. So that is the correct solution. Maybe. Oh, 557 is not... Oh, I haven't gotten to there yet. Haha! So it is the correct solution. Okay. Start angle, num bullet spread. 557 is no longer correct because it now spawn speed and 0.0. That's one of the circle constructors. Right? Start angle, end angle, num bullets. Start angle, end angle, num bullets, shoot interval 0.0, and nothing else. Now I have... Wait, what? Properties, variant, bullet type, screen area. That appears to be a valid constructor. Why is... What? Why is this not an issue? Do I have... Hang on, do I accidentally have multiple constructors with the same signature now? Hang on, this is entity and 1, 2, 3, 4. This is entity, 4 doubles and an int. This entity, 4 doubles, but more doubles, which could be confused with an int. I see. So at this point, it's ambiguous because this goes straight to bullet spawn properties and variants. And these are the same number of parameters. If it can't tell if they're doubles or not, it would be confused as to what constructor to use. That makes sense. So I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Properties, variants, the adder, and the screen area. Yeah, this would be confusing if I don't make it very explicit that's the constructor being used. Okay, that's actually a problem. How should I fix this? I mean, obviously, I could just be careful when using them, but that's not... It's probably not the best way to do it. Where do they differ? Okay. 0.0. If there was some way to explicitly say use this constructor, I guess it wouldn't be an issue, but I'd really rather that be determined by parameters. So is there a different way of parameterizing this that would make, you know, a little bit more clear which one's being used? I think there is a better way to parameterize it that makes that more clear. And I think I just, yeah, move the start angle nonsense to the end. I think that would maybe make it more sense? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah, that'll make perfect sense. So I'll just add that to the, I'll move this to the end, and then it will be distinct, because now all those are at completely different locations. But that now it's not consistent with this. I want to do as minimal refactoring as possible to get this working. You know what? Screw it. That's what I'm doing. It's a reasonable solution, so I'm going with it. There we go. Now it's just at different locations. Actually, come to think of it, do I even need to change that much? Because, like, at this point... Hold up a minute. I think there's an even simpler way to do it. I just need to move the num bullets, because that's the big parameter here. The big parameter is the number of bullets. I just add that to the end, which does make sense to go to the end and requires less refactoring. Not that much less refactoring, but enough less refactoring that I can change it. So, starting off by moving U to here, and typoing like nuts. No, not M, comma. Keyboard, work for me. Okay, sure. This is going to immediately break a ton of things, but that's okay. I can move you all here. That will fix all those errors, and will introduce a whole bunch of new errors, but this should... But now all the errors should be solvable. Haha! It's like some crazy refactoring puzzle. And, oh, it's only 7 errors? Really? That doesn't seem right. So 557, start angle, end angle, spawn speed. Wait, what? End, double, 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 double. What? Why is there 3 doubles? So start vector, fire vector, start angle, end angle. Spawn speed, 0.0? Question mark? Right, that must be like the shoot start delay. So I explicitly specified that, so now I just need to explicitly specify the offset. Okay. And this can go away now. Okay, so yeah, that was the spawn speed, so that is indeed why this is causing me that problem. Okay. 4 errors, alright! Lots of live debugging, but that's alright. For spawn entity 587. Is this another? Oh yeah, dead symbol. This is solved with the circle constructor fix I just did. So, boom, and there, taken out. And I think that still getting some errors. Okay, where are these errors from? 4 errors. This is test scene 587, which I thought I just corrected, but it has these. Okay, okay. Okay. Not spawn speed over 2 is the offset delay, or the start delay, which means these should be the offsets to make it work properly. Now I should be down to 2 errors, I think. 2 errors. Perfect. Bullet spawner 73. No suitable constructor found right here. Entity, fire vector X and Y, start angle, end angle, shoot interval. Here I have to specify those. Okay. Well, never mind. And the other one, where's the last error? Let's just go ahead and fix it. 109. Another case of altered constructor. Okay. So, vector arrays, shoot interval, properties, question mark? Shoot start delay. What? Okay, well, I don't know entirely why that happened, but... Oh wait, why are these at the end? Okay, so I just moved all the variables into a weird location for some reason. Okay. Never mind. Now that should fix the issues. And we should be able to build and run like everything. And maybe. And... yeah, this doesn't fix that issue. But Here, let me just quickly test the quote boss entity. Just make sure all those things are still behaving as expected. That would be kind of bad if they suddenly broke. Okay, they have suddenly broke! What? Oh, okay. First of all, let me get rid of... Is boss bullet still a thing? Okay. What if I use my standard enemy bullet? Nothing fancy. Because that would rule out something with the bullet itself that's preventing this from spawning anything. No, it's not. Okay. More debugging! That's alright. It's good to get this all working, because this will put me in a position to build the final boss and never get to this. So this is actually kind of good. It's just not quite the order I'd originally intended. So, just in case this is somehow causing an issue, let's get rid of the type hazard. So, no longer shooting itself. Just, does bullet spawner work? In the most basic capacity. Hey, it works in a basic capacity. Okay. If I don't spawn enemies, do you... Actually, does Entity 2 even still exist? Is that the issue here? Where's Entity 2? That's a good question. Where is Entity 2? Oh, okay. So it adds stuff to the player to make it spawn a bunch of things? Was I always doing that? Is that what's supposed to happen? Okay. Oh, wait, because it's passing Entity 2 as the spawning entity. Okay. So Circle 1's the first thing that comes up, and it's not doing Bupkis. Why not? Why is Circle 1 not doing anything? In Bullet Spawner, using 0, -1, start angle, end angle. So that's the constructor it should be using. 0, -1, start angle, end angle. Shoot interval. Where is it? Ah, ha, here. Here it's a little different now. Because now, yeah, okay. So now numbullets needs to be moved here. So actually now I need to double check to make sure all of these are done correctly. Okay. Now things get a little bit... just something you have to be careful of. That explains why the boss suddenly wasn't working. I was wondering why I hadn't gotten more earlier errors. But this makes sense. Yeah, okay. Fortunately, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to fix. It's just slightly tedious, but that's okay. So is there anything here? Is this using the proper constructor? It looks like it, to be honest. I don't think this did... yeah, this didn't work in circles to begin with, so that's okay. This, numbullets is in the wrong location. Must be fixed. And almost done. Okay. And after that, everything's in the right place. So now, I should maybe have stuff working again? Question mark? Hey! And the enemies aren't spawning. I must have disabled them. Or either that or something really wrong is happening. Just want to make sure the first two things are working. Because I think if the first two things are working, probably everything is working. Yeah, that's the general theory. Hey! This appears to be doing what I expect it to. Just not with... okay. So good. Scroll back up. Let's get rid of this. Don't need that anymore. I did disable enemies. Okay. I feel like somewhere along the way here, I was supposed to be doing something not related to changing the bullet spawner. I believe that was... yeah, making black hole, white hole mechanics. So I think now I have the tools there. I actually forgot why I changed bullet spawner. Right, I wanted to offset. So, yeah, here. I'm getting a little bit distracted here, actually. So I change this to hittable type enemy hazard. When I hittable type just general hazard. And what I want to do is I want to change it so that they spawn slightly in front of it. So this is X, this is Y. Y -0.1. So the bullets should be spawning in front of the enemy now. And it shouldn't be immediately killing themselves. Yes! But now I should be able to... oh! Ooh! they're not taking a lot of damage. Okay, they're definitely getting hit by their own bullets, but they're not taking a lot of damage from them. That's interesting. Why is that? Enemy component. Where's enemy component? I know you're here. Enemy component! So, component.get damage. Okay. That's part of hittable component, I believe. If... Yeah, as get type, get damage. Makes sense. If I go to bullets, hittable component. Oh, wait a minute. I just made them all. The type by default it does 1 damage. Never mind. Okay, so let's make them do 10 damage. That should be a little bit more threatening. They should be able to hit each other and kill each other, maybe. Oh, hey! We got the enemy to kill another one. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's fun. That's a fun mechanic. Oh, oh. Okay, I like this. This is a fun mechanic, having the enemies be able to shoot each other, and you be able to like lure shots in the enemies to get them to kill each other. That's fun. I like that. I like that a lot. I just want to check to make sure that the bullet shooting still makes a remote amount of sense. Like, it's still a logical location, right? I mean, they can maybe be back a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty good. I like this. Where's my pulse point? There we are. Maybe just like 0.075. Oh, that's actually. I could have just looked at where like the sprite component was. The edge of the sprite component. You know, its width is 0.75. Oh, I love it when the enemies shoot each other by accident. That's pretty. That's pretty great. I like that. Oh. Okay, that's definitely that has to be mechanic now. That's just too much fun, being able to make the enemies shoot each other. Maybe not every enemy, but at least some of them. But alright, I've been rambling for a very long time. I want to check comments. How do I get your attention? You should be letting up your entity component, and then you can build black hole out of those. Health component, on-hit callback, spawn behavior. Yes, I kind of have that. I kind of don't. It goes back to the Franken thing. But yes, that is definitely the correct way it should have been done. Alright, let's check. I have lots and lots of stuff. Okay. Could bend around the holes so they don't go close up. That's a cool idea. I'm not sure if that's going to work right, but that's something I could do. I can get around it. That's because this isn't really an ECS. This is just sort of the old entity thing. Why aren't you using a builder or factory instead of these huge constructors? That's a good question. That would make more sense. But again, I didn't... You know, if I didn't have... If I had more time to put it together, this would probably be the better way to go about things. I didn't do that at the time, for whatever reason. And yeah, it's a flat Earth game. Okay, yes. So, the Draku, I believe, maybe. I'm not the best with names, but I believe that's what your name is. What I'm trying to do is I'm making a shmup for Ludum Dare, and what I'm trying to implement now is the idea of a black hole mechanic. We can shoot bullets into the black hole, and then they come out white hole. Yeah, and then it just... Yeah, you can like sort of misdirect attacks like that and just make them go all over the place. I think that would be a lot of fun. That's what I'm trying to do. It got me on a giant, ridiculous detour of changing enemy types and making stuff... yeah, basically everything you just saw. But that's what I'm trying to do right now. So, that's all cut up. Anyone else has something they want to say to me? Don't forget, I am periodically checking the comments and trying to respond to people. So yeah, with that, I'm going to take a sip. Excellent. Now, What else but the black hole mechanic? I feel like if I can just get, like, the core mechanics and stage design done by, like, in the next 6 hours, I'm in a pretty solid position to have a really decent game by the end of the competition. So I'm pretty hyped about this. Before I got on that crazy tangent, I was somewhere in enemy component. Right. I was trying to see if I could reuse this somehow, because Frankencode is not my friend today. And something I've noticed, I'm having screen shake even if, like, if just if the enemy gets hit. That's not actually what I want to do. I actually would prefer screen shake something that happens on death. This makes more sense. So, yeah, okay. In fact, what I could do is I could have a certain amount of screen shake if it dies, and like a reduced amount of screen shake if it's just like a hit. That might be kind of fun, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm just going to make it hit, does nothing, because like the enemy has so little health. Maybe later on I'll do something like that. I can always add on stuff, but yeah. So, right here, what I want to do is I want to somehow repurpose enemy component to work as a black hole, because black hole is kind of like an enemy. And for now, what I want to do is I want to make it so if the enemy gets hit by black hole, if something shoots the black hole and there's no white hole, it just disappears. So that's kind of what happens here. If I can have like infinite health. So what I should probably do is add like a special case so this could have infinite health. Or I could actually have a black hole that absorbs a certain number of bullets before anything happens. That would be interesting. So, honestly, enemy component could just be directly repurposed to it. What I can do is I can just take in an entity as a parameter, where it could be like entity relocation point. And yeah, so actually this is going to be really, really easy to set up. Wow. So yeah, what I'm going to take in, do white hole, so a private entity. I could call it white hole. I could just call bullet move location. Sure. It's not the best name. I'm under no illusions this is the best code base I've ever written. This is not pretty, but oh well. So bullet move location, what I can do is say if bullet move location is null, then I just remove the entity. Otherwise, I want to set the position of the entity to the bullet move location. And actually, I want to make sure I do this right, because I've realized there's something special I set up in the physics of the engine to make that work correctly. So let's just quickly take a look at physics to make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Core entity. I'm pretty sure I made it easy, so it shouldn't be that screw-upable, but I just want to double check in case I did something weird. So like, if I just straight up set the position, that should be fine, right? Like that should set X and Y to new location. But does it update the data structure? That's the real question, the structure. As I think, whoops, the structure only gets updated if like a move happens. Yeah, so here's the thing. I only update the structure on move. So that's actually a bug in the engine code, actually. The engine code, like the spatial data structure is supposed to keep track of where everything is. It needs to, like if the position gets changed, it needs to know about it, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say structure.remove this, and then, just like I did around move, wherever that is, I'm going to add this again. Yeah, so that's how setting X and Y is. So I do have the safeguards for it, but I forgot to implement the actual safeguard that makes it work. Whoops. That's alright. It's in now, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I should be able to set X and Y, or, if I want to be really fancy, public void set XY. Oh, yeah. And this just does both. Is it necessary? Not really. I doubt this is going to cause any real issue, but I just kind of want to do it, you know? Just because I can. I feel empowered right now. I feel like I can do anything, and this is... Yeah, I just want to do it. I don't have a good reason. I just want to do it. So, if this happens, then entity.setXY to bullet move location dot get X bullet move location dot get Y. I could do something really evil, like, I don't know, the entity gets moved to the player. Actually, that might be kind of interesting. Let's just do that. Let's just do that to test. So, enemy component here. I have all this, null for E2, which is the player, because my naming conventions are amazing. Good lord. I hope by the end of the... I hope like I can finish this game before I get too sick of this and just have to refactor out of principle. Because, yeah, I think if that happens, I'm not going to finish in time. Bullet move. Oh, it's Lovation. Excuse me. Slight typo there. Not too big of a deal, though. Lovation. Is that also down here? Bullet move, Lovation. That's an interesting way of doing things. Oh, Lovation's still a thing. So I only typed it correctly once. Wow. Yeah. So all these enemies, if I shoot, I'm hoping, like, just I can shoot. Oh, whatever gets hit comes back out of the player. It's kind of happening. It's not that easy to see, but hey, look. So I have the white hole mechanics happening. That's actually just kind of cool in general. I shoot the enemy, the bullets come back to shoot me again, shoot again. That's fun. I like that. I don't know if I'd actually want that as like a permanent mechanic, but that's kind of fun. I think there should be an enemy that does that. That would be, oh, that'd be a cool idea. I need to write these ideas down. So hang on. First off, ideas. Just more thoughts. So thoughts. Enemy. Actually, I think I already have a place for this. I think like if I scroll up, I have like enemy ideas. Yes, I do. So enemy that can only be hurt by other enemy bullets, and also enemy that when you shoot it, your shots respawn from yourself. So that you get like a double dip. You can reuse bullets when you shoot the enemy. That would be cool. That would be a fun idea. I want to play around with that. Oh, I'm having a good time already. And this should still work like normal. And so this way, black hole component should be just a different parameterization of enemy. Yeah! Oh, wait, I want to make sure there's no double shot. Boop. Yep, no double shot. All is working as intended. Whoop. Also, at some point, I probably want something more appropriate than a souls mechanic. It doesn't really make a lot of sense that, you know, Ace Pilot, Ace Starkiller Schwarzschild would be collecting the souls of his enemies and using them against them. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's an evil bastard like that. Who knows, but, probably want something a little different. So, what should I do at this point? At this point, I think I can just straight up create the white hole. So this is going to be based on basic enemy. I'm not even going to bother doing anything fancy. It's literally going to be copy and paste and redesign. So this is going to be a black hole. And sure, I'm just going to make it look like an enemy for now. A projectile component? Yeah. Actually, I want to keep the projectile component general thing going. So that's the thing. I can get rid of this line. It's been there. Geez, that's from before I started coding. That's from like the pre-code. Ooh, no, don't need that. Don't need that at all. I don't need it to explode into tiny bits like collectibles. I mean, I guess I could. All right, maybe I'll do that. Maybe. But if I'm going to do something like that, I probably want the collectible component to be, you know, its own thing. So I think I'm probably going to just separate that out. IEntityMaker collectible spawner, which equals all this. And yeah, this way I'm adding some semblance of reusability to this code base. You know, not going to make it a complete nightmare. Oh yeah, you don't need that. Wait, what? Oh, right, those are extra component. Bleh. Those are parameters to the rest of this method, the enemy component constructor. Okay, gotcha. So, yeah, and actually I could parameterize this, I think. Yeah, right now the parameters are null. But yeah, I could just parameterize this. How should I parameterize this? I think what should my params be? So params should be min scale x, max, sure, actually just no, min scale, max scale. I think that's reasonable to parameterize. This is random x, so min x vel, max x vel. That makes sense. Min y velocity, max y velocity. You know, just that all makes sense to me. I don't know, would I actually want to parameterize this? I mean, it seems like most things I'd want to be basically the same trajectory when they're destroyed. So actually, I will probably maybe don't want to parameterize this so much. The projectile itself, I think, should probably be mostly consistent. I don't want like the collectibles to spawn in totally unpredictable ways. I think that should be mostly uniform. So for now, I'm going to keep that the same. Sprite? Yeah, I guess I could change the sprite. Maybe. But honestly, this seems pretty okay. So I think these are the parameters. So params 0, params 1, ba-doop boop. And this, now I can replace you, haha, with collectible component. Maybe. Wait. Okay, never mind, that makes sense. And new double array of just 0.01, 0.02. Boom. Okay. And I guess here, I just changed this for black hole. So you're going to be... I'll just copy and paste. I don't know what it's going to be like yet, so it doesn't make sense to try parameterizing this first, because it's like, yeah, that's going to be based on... What is... Okay, that makes sense. First of all, let's just make sure this still builds and runs, and everything's not crazy. Still builds and runs, I shoot the enemies, they still blast off the collectibles. I actually could parameterize the number of collectibles. That actually could be interesting. Because I think... Yeah, right now I'm just spawning like a very specific amount. Is that an enemy component? Oh, no, that's an enemy component. Okay, so that doesn't even matter. It's like something for enemy component. Yeah, I parameterize that here. Yeah, 4. That's what I'm doing. So I don't need to change anything there. That's already inherently part of enemy component. I can parameterize that. So I don't need to change collectible spawner. Anyway, this is just, I guess, parameterizing the collectible itself? I do maybe want to change the number of points. So like right now, points are just based on the scale. So I guess I could have like a points factor to make them worth more? Maybe? I'll worry about that when I get to it. I'm not going to do anything too much with it yet. Point is, I think everything's just about doing what I expect. So yeah, what I want to do here is I want to change enemy component. I want to have a bunch after collectibles. I want to have, yeah, just a crazy amount of health on the black hole, like 1,000 or something like that. And I guess the white hole will be null, but yeah. Actually, that's a good question. How am I going to parameterize that? I'll have to think about that, but for now I just want straight up black hole. Black holes aren't going to spawn bullets. They're going to be, yeah, sort of benevolent-ish. Ooh, you can actually have black hole as a projectile. Ooh, that could be fun. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to create a black hole, the entity, and a black hole, the bullet. So I can have enemies that shoot black holes at you. That could be a lot of fun. So actually, where is that? I have, way up here, I have this crazy thing. That doesn't do anything. I have a standard bullet, which doesn't need a light. Just straight up this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have iEntity component adder. Call it black hole adder, sure. This is where I'm going to do the bulk of the logic. So instead of just this, I'm going to have all this pretty much sans the projectile component. Everything else, I already have a lighter component, but, oh, that's a standard bullet. Oh, whoops. But yeah, black hole adder, all this. Interestingly, this does mean the black hole itself is not hittable. So like you could walk into a black hole and do nothing right now. I might want to change that. But no, let's just do this. Black hole adder. Yes. So this way I can create black hole bullets. Oh, here, I still have, like, parameters for enemies. Parameter 6. What was that again? It's right after damage. It is the screen shake amount. Okay. Honestly, consider this. Black hole adder, I'm adding one specific thing, the black hole. I pretty much want it to be this size, so I'm pretty much going to want to hard code this value of screen shake. Basic enemies, I could parameterize bigger or smaller. Black holes, I want pretty much size consistent, so it doesn't make sense to parameterize that in this case. I can always change it later, but I don't think it makes sense to parameterize that. Anything ever, if I look for params, they don't happen until later. Okay, good. So this is a black hole adder. Yeah, it appears to be good, but it has an invalid area remove. Why? I don't need that with standard bullets because they actually have like the despawn timer. Okay, so that makes sense. This makes sense. All good. All the logic's worked out. Now I just need to be able to reuse it, which I should be able to do. It should be as simple as just saying, basically get rid of all this. After the projectile, black hole adder dot add to entity E. That should be everything. Yeah, there we are. So that's, I guess, sets up the black hole enemy, but how do I want to test this? Because like right now, if I just, okay, yeah, sure. Right now, I could basically take this, copy, replace you with black holes, and like nothing's gonna happen because I don't have any white holes. I shoot the enemy, and a whole lot, nothing happens. Ooh, or maybe I can't. Looks like we have a bug. Okay. Collectible spawner. Return E. Ooh, what's this? So does my black hole adder has a return statement. No, doesn't need a return statement. It's just a straight up adder. Ooh, we have something else. Okay, cannot find symbol. Collectible spawner. Oh, because I defined this after the before the collectible spawn. Okay. Easy enough. Order of operations. Wouldn't be an issue if I was following a logical design pattern, but who needs a logical design pattern? That would just make too much daggone sense. So these should all be black holes. Should be able to be shoot them, and they just get absorbed. Yeah, that's the sort of behavior I want. They're just absorbed because there's no white holes. How should white holes work, though? That's the question. How do I link white holes to black holes? Ooh, actually, hold up, wait a minute. Let's have basic enemies that shoot black holes. Yeah! I don't have a way of parameterizing the bullets, do I? Whatever. Black holes hang on. Black hole adder. Right now, it's somewhere in here. There's a standard bullet, because that's what the enemy's shooting. Standard bullet, boom, replaced with black hole adder. And now the enemies can shoot black holes at us. Ha ha! Yeah, look at that. They're shooting black holes. We can destroy the enemies, but not the black holes. That's actually cool, because black holes act like kind of like shields to defend the enemies. That could be a cool enemy type. They look the same right now because they're using the same sprite, but still. Oh, that could be a cool mechanic. It's getting really confusing about what's a black hole and what's an enemy. Okay, they definitely need a distinctive sprite. That will come when I get to graphics. But actually, do I have a temporary sprite that it would be good for? Just for debugging purposes? I have my sprite sheet. I have this blackish hole thing. Hey! What are the odds? Okay. I honestly did not know I had that. So I'll just change the sprite components. Black hole adder, I'll change it to sprite number 3. Hey, black holes actually look like black holes. Oh, that is cool. Oh, this is fun. I'm so glad I did this. I like game creation. Spoiler alert. It's it's fun. I'm having a blast with this, and I hope you guys are too. This is something I just really enjoy. I love making games. It's fun. But yeah, I still need to figure out white holes. Should I create a temporary sprite for white holes? Why not? It'll take 2 seconds. So open with GIMP. Are you ready for this? This is going to be the most difficult sprite work job you have seen in your life. I'm going to bring this down to 32, bring this over to 32. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this color. Yeah, you see this? And I'm going HSV. I was going to increase the brightness and decrease the saturation. Maybe not quite that much, actually. Cancel. Now, decrease the saturation. Should increase brightness to like 75. Something like that. That's... Oh, it's no saturation. That's not what I want. Whoops. Okay, this isn't quite as simple as I originally envisioned. But yeah, I want decrease the saturation to like 25. Increase the variance. Something like this. Just as a temporary white hole. That's technically slightly purplish. But that's fine. That'll get the job done. Overwrite. Bam. But yeah, I still haven't figured out how to link black holes and white holes. Right now, there's this null pointer here. That's basically going to be. Now, for black hole adder, there's this null pointer. They don't have a way of accessing the white hole. If they exist. Maybe first off, I start by creating the white hole. What was the white hole going to be like? I kind of want to set them up like black holes. So, like, this is also going to be largely the same sort of thing. Same sort of size. You know, I really should have done these separate classes because I just inherit and make this way easier. But no, that just makes too much daggone sense. So this is going to be a white hole adder. White holes are not going to have any links. If you shoot a white hole, what should happen if you shoot a white hole, actually? I think maybe in contrast to black holes... Actually, how about this? They're just straight up not hittable. So I don't even need an enemy component for this because you cannot hit a white hole. They are on screen until they're destroyed. Boom. No enemy component. Straight up, this is a white hole. That makes sense to me. And I can go ahead and, like I've been doing, my paradigm of adders. I can create an iEntity maker for this, which works a lot like this, except it'll have a white hole adder. Actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just white hole adder. This would be a much cleaner paradigm if I just... My refactoring sense is tingling, guys. It's really, really tingling, but... How about this? I'll get black holes and white holes working, and then I'll decide if I can bear not refactoring. It's actually this one case where I think it genuinely might be worth the time investment. I think this is like simple enough that maybe it'd be beneficial. So right now I can shoot white holes. Have I already given it the new sprite? Yeah, I gave it the new sprite. So if I actually have an enemy shooting a white hole, ooh, that'd be cool. What if one enemy shoots a black hole and one enemy shoots a white hole? Ooh. That would be cool. Oh. What? Does not exist? Cannot find symbol? White hole adder? Hold adder. Nope. Typos. Okay, now they should be shooting white holes. Yeah. And they should do absolutely nothing. Yeah, white holes, completely harmless. Can't really shoot them. Ooh, they're in front of the player. That's interesting. Wonder what sort of Z ordering is causing that to happen. Is that actually an issue, though? I don't know if that actually matters. If they're in front of the player or not. But yeah, these are enemies shooting a bunch of white holes at us. Not that that really matters. It doesn't really do too much, but it's a thing. Something I'm thinking. What if I have like a global list of all the white holes in the game, right? And rather than a black hole being linked to a specific white hole, it just picks one at random. Something like that. I think that might be a cool idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check comments, so if you guys have anything you want to say to me. And then I think I'm going to take a quick break, think this over a little bit, maybe like 2-minute break, nothing big, just going to get like more water and stuff. Yeah, and then we'll come back and we'll solve the white hole conundrum. Yeet. Sure. All right. What on... Okay. This appears... Okay, this is about where I left off. Mm-hmm. Alright. Yeah, this is the thing with YouTube recommendations. They leave room to be desired, but oh well. I am an evil, but that's alright. Yes, Fuzzy Cat, all these streams will be saved to YouTube, so you can come back and view them whenever you like. To delve into game juice or related topics, how would it feel about using a pre-made frame? I like frameworks. That's just the way I roll, Clarence. One hole. Yeah. They should repel. Yeah, if I'm doing that, that would be a good idea. Like the black hole pulls, the white hole repels. That would be a cool idea. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a quick break, everyone. I will see you, maybe not 2 minutes. If I think the site is broken. All right. Take 2. Countdown. I'm going to set for 4 minutes. Just to be on the safe side. So I'll see you in approximately 4 minutes. Yeah, see you then. Not quite back yet. See you in a few more minutes. All right, now I'm back. 30 seconds early. Okay. So I thought about it. I know how I'm going to do black holes and white holes. I'm going to check the comments real quick in case someone said something in the last 4 minutes. And then I'm going to go straight into implementing it. So, hey, Zedek, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you yet. Hey, it's nice to see you. Welcome. Everyone is welcome to the stream. Nothing else happens? All right. You know what we're going to do, viewers? We're going to have frickin' white holes. Because I know exactly how I want to do it now. Not just one entity, right? Not just a single entity, but a list of entities. Yes. So that's how I'm going to change this up. Rather than just having a single entity for bullet move location, I'm going to have a list of entities for bullet move location. Preferably an array list, or this algorithm's going to really, really suck. So we have a bullet move location, set XY, sure, that's good. But what I want to do here is I'm going to select a bullet move location at random. Yeah, I've decided that's the best way to do this, I think. I think that would be the most fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my complement multiplied with carry, 4096, the mother of all pseudo-random number generators. This is an awesome pseudo-random number generator. I absolutely love it. What can I say? I'm a random number generator nerd. And I'm going to get a random value. And I'm going to say that's between 0 and bullet move location dot size. There we go. So this should just pick an index at random. I should be able to just cast this straight up to an integer. But yeah, because integers always round down. And this never returns exactly 1. It's always less than 1. So this should be good, I think. And just to be 100% sure, I'll say math.min of this and bullet move location.size -1 there. That way at least it won't randomly go out of range sometime, possibly, if there's for some reason this algorithm is flawed, which I don't think it is, but you know, this just guarantees it. So yeah, now I have this. This is index. So I'll have an entity I'll call do. Actually, I should change the name of this. Bullet move locations. Yeah, it's getting fancy now. So bullet move locations. Actually, also, now at this point, I also have to check if it's empty. So if this is null, or the bullet move locations, there we are, dot size. Is that the size I want? No, I want, yes, actually I want size. I want to say if size is not equal to 0, or actually is equal to 0. Yes. So if it's either null or if it's empty, then I just need to remove. Otherwise, I need to do this. Entity, new location, dot get index. There we are. New location, locations. The S is important. All right. I think we have it, viewers. I think this will work. Make and run. Oh wait, this is gonna crash because where is it gonna crash? Right, because I haven't used it yet. Hey, sweet. All right. One thing about this though is it does mean here, just temporarily, and this is really gonna drive my refactoring sense crazy. I get a copy my basic enemy 2, which shoots black holes. So. No, this one shoots white holes. This one shoots black holes. So, yeah, there we go. That should be good. And I get black holes. I have white holes. I also want to... Yeah, sure. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I want to make one side spawn black hole shooters. The other side has shoot white hole shooters. Yeah, I'll alternate sides just to make it a little bit more fun. So, yeah, one side's going to shoot black holes, the other side's going to shoot white holes, and the chaos is going to ensue. Ha ha ha! Oh yeah, I already like this, even though I don't have it working yet, but that's fine. Now, switch the sides, that's fine. Okay, what do I want to do here? I think what I want to do... Yeah, I'm going to do it the lazy way again. And so list of entities, white hole list, new array list. There we go. And what's going to happen here is white hole adder, on creation, it's going to add itself to this list, but on destruction, it's going to remove itself from this list. So I need to create a remove component that does that. So, is there any component to actually have a remove part to it? No, it doesn't. Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to go to... Oh, I don't even know a source parse yet. What am I doing? What am I doing? Delayed remove. This is a remove component. Just a quick example, I think. Okay, maybe it's not a remove component. What is a remove component? That is not a remove component. A remove component is like something like invalid area remove, where like it tests if the entity is outside the... It's also not a remove component. What the hell? Okay. Fade component. Here we go. This, also not a remove component. Really? I'm so sure I've created some of these. Which one of these? Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to the engine where I know I have remove components because I have the frickin' fade remove. Okay, this is an example of a remove component. And what happens is, yeah, it inherits from remove component, and on activate, it does something. That's what matters. Am I allowed to have more than one remove component? I forgot if my engine allows that or not. Well, it doesn't matter, because the white hole is going to have a remove component. So I'm going to create... Sure. I'm actually going to use this as a template, and I'm going to go back to game components, and I'm going to create a white hole remove .java. Because this is what happens when a white hole gets removed. I'm literally going to copy and paste just as a base code, and then I'm going to modify as necessary. This... Sure, why not? So on fade remove, I don't need the documentation because all this documentation is wrong. In fact, so yeah, let's just get rid of it because it's wrong. I don't need a remove update in this case, but I do need, or do I need a remove update? Yeah, so this is the thing. I need to onActivate, and then I need to force remove. So at the end of this, I'm going to do get entity.force remove. Because the remove activates the remove component if it's there rather than removing directly. So I need to activate, then force remove. So what I'm going to take in here is obviously entity. I also want to take in the list of entity called white holes, sure. Honestly, I could maybe there's no description called instead of something like list remove component. So like if entity gets removed and it's removed from a list, that's a little bit more generic. So that's what I'm going to call it. Private list of entity list. Sure. Awesome. Actually, at this point, I really think it's dead simple. I really think it's as simple as list.remove this, or not this, get entity, and then get entity.force remove. I think it's literally that simple. So I'm going to rename this to list remove component. That's correct. I need to import it in here. Oh dear. List remove component. There we are. Where on earth was I working? White hole, here we are. White hole list. It should be simple. We just need to take white hole list, add this, what? Dagnabbit, Microsoft. This is what I was talking about last time. Sometimes it just randomly scrolls. It's... Okay. Nevertheless, Microsoft cannot stop me because we are having a white hole in a frickin' list. So there. I'll just do that at the top. Now we can remove it from the list when it's done. This is gonna be great. I'm actually really excited to see this thing work. This is gonna open up a whole world of just fun game design elements. I love it. Well, if somebody works correctly. Watch all that happen now, and then it's just gonna like blow up for some reason. So let's remove component. Yeah, sure. This actually, all I need now, I think, is here. White hole list is from black hole adder. I think this should work. Let's see what happens. Oh no, we have a bunch of errors. Okay, because that's game.components. I don't need to import it from the engine. Okay, never mind. I think I have to do at least some basic refactoring after this, just for the sake of my own sanity, because Ooh, okay, that's one error. Error 2. Really? We don't have array lists? Really? Okay. I mean, sure, I believe you. It's just, I'm surprised. What can I say? There's almost 1,000 lines of code. Dear, what on the... Wow. Oh, man. In fact, I will need to refactor this even if I didn't want to, because I'll need to reuse these enemies even in alternate zones. Ha ha! I do need refactoring. Ha ha! I am happy. I think that should fix most of the errors. Nope. Nope. I fixed one error. Invalid method declaration. Oh, I forgot to change the constructor name. Okay. I am using it correctly though, right? Wherever I create it. White hole adder. Yeah, that should be correct. List. Oh, this is an import list. Oh, excuse me. There. Now maybe you'll work for me. No. Wait, really? Oh, capital U. Whoops. Ooh. Why? What? Cannot access? File does not contain game.components. I forgot to change the package name at the top. Okay. I'm just falling down on everything today, aren't I? Dagnabbit. Okay. Import engine.components.remove component. Now you'll work for me. This is really programming in a nutshell, isn't it? Is not abstract and does not override remove update. Okay. Override. Public void remove update. Dagnabbit. Oh, does this take in delta? Yes, it does take in a double delta. Okay, but you will do absolutely nothing. Don't need it. Yes. So now I can shoot the black hole. Oh, look at that. Bullets are coming out of the white holes. That is cool. Oh, that is cool. Oh, I like that. I can shoot the bullets. Oh, that's the white holes. Black holes. And a black hole. Comes out of the white hole. Yes. Yes! That's just so oddly satisfying to be able to do that. Oh, that is fun. That is fun. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So obviously I want to keep up with chat. I want to make this as interactive as you guys care to make it. And yeah, so let's see if anyone's had anything to say. One day he'll use an IDE. Okay. Hey Haran, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Can I zoom in a little bit? I can't see very well what you're doing. I'm sorry about that. I actually did used to have a dark theme for Vim. I simply haven't installed it on this machine yet. It's as simple as that. honestly, I think I have a good shot at finishing this in 48 hours. I really want to do the 48-hour comp. You should make the black holes shoot the bullets in random directions. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. I would be kind of cool. I actually, though, I think I'm not going to. So, hey, Red Teapot. Hey, Clever King. Welcome to the stream. All right. So next up is the part I've been looking forward to the most, that is the refactoring. Yes! So, how can I make this nicer? The biggest thing, really, I don't want to go too crazy, because like you said, it is under a time constraint. I can't go crazy as much as I may want to. Instead, the big thing is I want a better system for organizing these entity component adders and entity makers, because like, these are they're reasonable classes at this point. They're general things. Ideally, I'd want to be able to instantiate them, to have more than one basic enemy. Actually, technically speaking, I don't need these to be their separate classes. Ooh, that's an interesting thought, because these are like their factory classes. They contain a make function. This contains an add function. So instead of having them be separate classes, what I should do is I should have like an overarching class. Here's what I'm thinking, like a static class where all these are variables. There's the white hole adder variable. It's black hole adder variable, basic enemy 1. Basically just like a class of game object definitions. The basic enemy, the black hole, the white hole, etc., etc., etc. Yeah! And then... then I can just use them to my heart's content in here without having to worry about stuff being all over the daggone place. I like that vision. I'm also thirsty. And look at that, that's one of the 2 problems solved. 50% done already. We're making awesome progress. So, where should I make this? I think, honestly, just in here, it's not really a component. I think here's the most appropriate place. Just package this class in-game. I think I should call it... What should I call it? Entity Factories? Maybe just entity factory.java. That seems like reasonable. Which is actually very ironic, because I originally had this when I was putting it together and ultimately refactored it out, and now I'm putting it back in. Hey! What about that? Though to be fair, this is a much better system than the old entity factory, so it's a good thing it happened. Oh, public class entity factory. Now, step 1, I'm going to copy and paste the imports because, no, I am not going through the trouble of figuring out what imports this does and does not use. Just, no. No. Ixnay on that. We are going to just straight up have stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, basically just static stuff, public static. Someone asked me to zoom in. Can I actually zoom in reasonably? Actually, come to think of it, I can. Oh snap, because I can enter vim.gvimrc, boom, set a bigger font. Oh yeah, how is that for readability? Readability. How's that for readability, viewers? Much, much bigger and nicer. So, Entity Factory. Oh boy, this is cramped under the bigger thing. But that's okay, I can just... Here, how about this? Boop, boop. Bam. There we go, much nicer. So what I can do... I'm going to scroll down. And basically, my goal here is just the basic stuff. Create player. Has an entity maker. Okay, fair enough, I guess. I don't know, I think player should probably be part of this. Like this create player, what does my create player method do? I believe it specifies the controls, a few other oddball things like that, and shot type. Okay, so this is like the player shot component. So that should probably be a public type of thing. Entity maker, player, public static, final, entity maker, player shot. This is going to equal all this nonsense, which I can barely even find in just the sheer mass of code. All the more reason why it's probably a good thing that I'm doing this. So there, and I'm going to say entity factory dot player. Dagnabbit, Microsoft, no. Stop scrolling me down. Player shot type. Oh, player shot. Whatever. Player shot. There we go. This. Let's build and run. Let's see what happens. Does it work? Will you crash? It will crash because I forgot a semicolon. Okay. You know, easy mistake to make. You know, needs a semicolon, etc. Player shot. Do I really need all this? I don't need all this. These are comments. I don't need return null either. I don't need this. Ooh, what was this? I believe this was like the rainbow color shot. Yeah, that was fun, but no, I don't need a rainbow color shot. Yeah, right now, actually, subtle thing, I actually have the player's shot color subtly change as he gets more and more powerful. It's only really noticeable with like super overpowered, but yeah. That's just a fun thing I threw in there. Entity get structure. Oh, okay. Get structure. Right. So here is the thing about this. Get structure. If it uses get structure, how much of this uses get structure? All of it? All of it. Snap. So in that case, what I need to do, this puts a little bit of a damper on my plans, but I shouldn't be too terrible. I just... bollocks. Okay. There's a number of ways I could approach this. I think I'm going to have to go with the global variable technique. So basically, it's going to be a public... What did I even make that? It's under main... Not main. It's under engine, space, iSpatial structure. There we go. An iSpatial structure of entities. So public static iSpatial structure entities starts off equal to null. I'm going to go with the global variable way. I don't necessarily like it, but I think that's the most dead, simple way to get this going. I just need to set entity factory dot... It's going to be called entities. What am I saying? Called spatial structure. That's much more descriptive name. What am I doing? Entity factory dot spatial structure is get structure. Duh. The problem is this is a global variable though. This isn't ideal. Technically, I think I should probably make this instantiable. I think I should probably... Okay, no, this isn't the best way to do it, because what if I, for some reason, want to have two scenes at once? That's not ideal. So instead, I'm going to make this a private, non-static variable. I'm just going to make entity factory instantiable. That'll achieve the same sort of effect, but without the global shenanigans. So the public structure, well, public entity factory, takes in the spatial structure. Also, at some point I should probably check comments to see if people actually like the new size. You know, that would probably be useful, but obviously I'm not doing that right now because I'm on fire. What can I say? I gotta get this done. So player shot. Yeah, player shot. Get player shot. Sure, that makes sense. And it's not going to be static, it's just going to be public method. Public method, get player shot, which, oh, bollocks. No, there'll be public variables. There'll be public final variables, player shot. There we go. It's a little bit of an odd design, but yeah. So I'm going to have to go to the top. Here, let's just go here for a moment. A private entity factory, and add the constructor. Yeah, simple as that. New entity factory get structure. There we go. Now I should Dagnabbit, Microsoft! No, stop it! You didn't do this all last stream. Why are you choosing now to bother me? No. Yeah, for those of you who missed, my mouse is a thing where it'll just slowly, randomly scroll down for some reason, for no reason. I don't know why. I don't like it, though. Eh. Yes. Sure, that should get the job done. Let's test. And a crash. Oh, I forgot. I went through all the trouble of putting the spatial structure in. Completely forgot to use it. Nice. Alright. Get structure. Go away. Anything else here? Screen area. Hold on a moment. Screen area. Okay, you use screen area. Okay. So clearly I'm going to need the AABB for screen area as part of this. Okay. Not too big of a deal. Just needs AABB screen area. Okay. And that means I will need to defer creating this until after the screen area is created. Also, not that big of a deal. Bam! Screen area! Haha! Anything else? Primary sheet? Just really need that, though. Okay. Obviously, I'm using the primary sprite sheet a lot. This idea is turning out to be more complicated than I had originally expected. This is why you don't want to do too much refactoring on a time budget. Okay. Sprite sheet, primary sheet. I'm sure that's going to be fine because I don't think I'm going to be using too many different sprite sheets for this anyways. So yeah, primary sheet. Bam. Bam. Thank you very much. We're done. Oh, wait, we're not done because I forgot to pass it in. Okay, we're almost done. We're close to done. We're closing in on the land of doneness. So after primary sheet, then, and only then, can I create this primary sheet. Oh, wait, what? What on earth did I just do? No, entity factory. Move after primary sheet. There we go. I just moved the totally wrong thing around. There we go. Primary sheet. There we go. Do you work? Oh, come on! What? There has to be like some obvious typo at the beginning. There's no way. Package. Oh. Okay, hang on. Scroll. Entry factory 89. Illegal start of expression. Well, that's obviously a completely legal start of expression because, yeah, this is it. This is using the parameters. And it was valid here earlier, it should be valid later, so, what? Okay. So step one, I'm going to clear the console. Let's make and run. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see what on earth is going on here. I can only imagine. Okay, right wall X, obviously. But that's a screen area, isn't it? Like that at AABB, that is the screen area itself. So, okay, so yeah, just pass the screen area. What is this nonsense? Or does invalid area remove need its own unique thing for some reason? But I don't think it does. I don't think it does anything that would require a unique AABB. Yeah. Doesn't modify it. It just tests, or is it in the area? No. So yeah, that should be fine. Should be able to pass in screen area. Boop. Okay. Is that all the issue is? It's a really bizarre error message. No. Okay, obviously that is not the issue. I can only imagine what's happening here is somehow I don't have matching parentheses. That's the only thing I can think of that logically would do this. Yeah, because this is where the method ends. So I'm missing some kind of parameters. But oh, I accidentally deleted this. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, it's running. Oh, hey. Whoop. Oh, whoop. What? Oh, I was expecting to give errors, but no, that actually was the issue. So now if I shoot, it crashes. Why does it? Okay, null pointer exception. In enter refactory, make entity line 72. Entity. And 93. Okay, so shop. What is shopmaker exactly? Oh, it's its own little sub-entity. Okay. So does spatial structure somehow change? That wouldn't make sense. Okay. Really, at this point, this should just be the same thing, created in a different location. If I copy this and paste it back in place of the entity factory.playerShot, and just replace spatial structure with get structure, this should do the same thing. Like, this shouldn't change anything. But for some reason, this works. Oh, and the black hole mechanic. Oh, that is fun. That is fun. Okay, but no. So why is it that when I move it over, it somehow doesn't work? Like if I delete this, and refactory.playerShot, all of a sudden it crashes. I'll check comments while I think about it. Missing line at 84. Ah, I think that was the issue I just solved, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I just saw. Thank you for pointing that out. That's important. For some reason, Discord isn't giving me any sound right now. I don't know why. Alright, let's see. That's true, it would, but I don't like all the bloat and IDs. Eh. Oh no, Eclipse isn't that terrible. I've used Eclipse for a while. It's not that bad. Alright. Vulcan may or may not be coming soon to a channel near you. We'll see how things work out, Assassin Grudge. But alright, that is what appears to be happening. I'm going to do this so it hopefully doesn't auto-scroll immediately, which means I can go to the comments next time more easily. Okay. Let's see, according to my original time budget, I have 5... Actually, let's check my schedule for a moment. According to my original time budget, according to my original base plan, I have black and white hole mechanics. I do need to create enemy types, though. And basically, my goal is to be essentially here, by 6 p.m., or more accurately, by 1800 hours. That's where I want to be. I feel like if I can just get the mechanics and the main game down here until then, that's be good. So it gives me 5 hours to do the remaining stuff. I may or may not make this. Honestly, if I have to extend this, this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because I feel like, well, game stuff could maybe suffer a little bit. But honestly, I think this is alright. I think, like, this is going to be the hard part, because this is the coding part. Once I get the coding part in, the rest should... It's like mostly design at that point. And design, that goes down to how much time you want to spend it. It's a lot less... It's more time flexible than code. Like, I could go for bad design just done really quickly if I need to, so... I think we're doing okay. Assuming this bug doesn't take me out for some reason. So if I change up here, right now if I build and run, it's going to crash. Obviously. it's going to crash because that's what happened. But we'll make sure, just in case there's something weird, boop, crashes. Okay. Why? What sort of exception? It's a null pointer exception. I bet you somehow spatial structure didn't get set. Yes, because I've named it differently. Okay, never mind. Problem solved. Yay! Now we can do a lot of craziness. I can shoot enemies through black holes because I'm just cool like that. Oh, they're shooting black holes at me. Ooh. This is surprisingly fun, just shooting through the black holes and blowing everything up. This is fun. I like this. Okay, but that's not what I'm doing here. Now, I need to finish up the refactor because at this point, that's what I need. By the way, viewers, let me know if you prefer the bigger font size now that I've switched over. Just let me know. I'm interested in that. I can always switch it up if you don't like the bigger fonts. But yeah, this is a font size I usually use when recording videos now. I've tried it a few ways. Just, I don't know. It's whatever you prefer. I can work both ways. But yeah. What am I doing? Okay, I just changed the player shot time. So my goal here is just get all these ND component adders and stuff back here. That was my original goal. Just got a little sidetracked because of bugs and nonsense. This should be much simpler now, though, because now I have all the pieces in place to do it. Ha ha! So, public final. Entity component adder. Standard bullet. Yeah, dead simple. Just gonna make a new one, just like this. Boop, ba-doop, 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 boop. Okay. So, is this all I need? Is there anything odd here that I need to worry about? I don't think there is, honestly. I think this is good. So at this point, I should be able to just search for standard bullet. Ooh, not being used there, though. Not in boss bullet. Okay. Is that literally the only place in this entire thing this is being used? What about basic enemy? But surely... Oh, it's not right now, because basic enemies are right now using black and white holes. Okay. So let's just temporarily... Here, you know what? I'm going to do something kind of crazy. Well, first of all, scroll up, because I'm lost in the sea of nonsense that I've just created. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the spawn delay, but these two... Oh, balls. I need another basic enemy to do it. Okay, this is why I need something like this. Basic enemy 3, this one going to have standard bullet. This is something I would want to create different classes for because, yeah, that would be nice. Just to be able to not have to copy and paste for entity factory.standard bullet. Bam. So they're all going to come at once, but some of them are going to be shooting bullets through the black and white holes. And I expect a whole boatload of chaos to happen. Oh, ball. Come on. Standard bullet? Oh, entity factor E. There we go. Now. They're shooting... I forgot to change the enemy type, didn't I? I did all that, and I didn't change the enemy type. Dagnabbit. And I scrolled past it again. This is why the refactoring is important. So you're going to both shoot... Actually, no, what'll be interesting is these two shooting the bullet types, because they'll be above the black and white holes. Yeah, let's see what this does. So I can shoot through the black hole. Ooh. Oh, and they go all over the place. Oh yeah, look, they're going through the black and white holes. Oh, that is cool. I have these shoot upwards. Hang on. Now, I'm going to play around just for a moment because I want to see this. I want to fly straight into the middle so that like the black and white holes are coming through. Oh. That was great. The bullet went through the black hole, out the white hole, and killed himself. Nice. Okay. I like this, but I need to just switch over. Okay, now you can be good. I don't need to switch you up too much right now. I do need to switch up the black and white hole list. So white hole list, this is going to be part of... Do I want to do this yet? Or do I want to do collectible spawner? I want to do collectible spawner first, because this is going to be the big project, moving all this nonsense over. So, this, cut over here. Whoop. Oh, wrong one. I was wondering why I wasn't finding it. So, public, final, bam. Collectible spawner, params, min scale, max scale, boom, perfect. Perfect. I should actually document this like this. This would make using all this stuff way easier. So, yeah, this is good. Collectible spawner is good. I do need to scroll back up to collectible spawner. Bam. Ooh, this happens in black hole and white hole adder, or just black hole adder. That's fine, because all these are going over to the dark side of Entity Factory. Alright, and after this, I think we really will be getting into some more gamey stuff. We're going to have to do our enemy types. That'll be fun. We have a lot of tools to make some cool enemies now. A black hole adder, same thing. Ba-doop boop. Basic enemy. Sure, I'm going to temporarily get rid of all the various types of basic enemies and just have public final iEntity maker basic enemy. And this is going to have black hole adder? No. Standard bullet. There we go. And I can just get rid of these for now. In fact, I can just straight up delete these because they're pretty straightforward. Oh, right, this. I need to move this over here. That's important. All right. Sweet. So now, black holes, white holes, we're good. I can just move these over. Look at this. We have black holes and white holes. Oh, this is great. In fact, these are something I should also consider parameterizing while I'm refactoring, because this sort of projectile component thing, that seems like, you know, reasonably common. I have, yeah, parameterize the projectile thing. So that I'll probably want to look into. But right now, just for now, what I'm going to do, entity factory dot basic enemy. Just like I had set it up last night. And I'll go ahead and add the delay back in, because sure, why not? There. Do you work? No, I didn't think so. Cannot find entity factory dot basic enemy. Did I not name it correct? I ended basic enemy 1. Okay. Make it run. Wait, I'll get out full screen, so this might actually make it work. Maybe. Didn't think so. Okay. Get structure. Right. Get structure. So get structure, obviously, replaced with spatial structure. Simple enough. Same thing with black hole and white hole. They need to be added to the spatial structure. That should fix a good number of the errors. And get structure. I must have missed one. 141. All right, collectible spawner uses get structure. Okay, and that. What else are there? Invalid area remove? Again? Really? But I... Okay. Well, guess what? It's screen area again. Not everything needs to be unique AABB. These are good. Yes, okay. So all these can be replaced with screen area. Whew. Probably going to want to go for a lunch break sometime soon, but that's all right. Right now, we're doing this. Ooh, collectible. Oh, okay, that's another thing. I don't have access to collectibles at this point, so that's kind of important, is it? Yeah, enemy component needs collectibles as a parameter, so... Ooh, and player as a parameter. Okay. So that's the thing, so... I need a few more parameters here. I need private entity player. I need a private thingy. Enemy component. Wait, no? Collectibles. Collectibles! Collectibles. Awesome. What can we do here? Obviously, we're taking them in. Just parameters. Simple as that. Yep, we've seen this a million times, but Alas, it must be done. It is the fate of initializing with programming. On the plus side, you don't have to think too much because it is such a standard sort of thing, so hey, it works both ways. This doesn't mean we need to change the setup. Where is it initialized? Right here. Okay. So I guess I'll want to... Oh, this is interesting. This... I need the player... Okay, this needs to know about the player, but the player needs the entity factory. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. It's like a recursive initialization problem. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Actually, first off, let's do the other one. Just to get it out of the way. Collectibles, dead simple. Just so we'll pass in something, and we'll pass in the collectibles. Because collectibles, yeah, we just straight up know about them. Yep, there they are. So, how do we do this? On the surface, I mean, there's a couple ways I could do it. One way is I could just change entity factory so I set the player afterwards. In fact, I think I might just do that because that seems pretty darn simple. So, yeah, there you go. So, start off with player equals no, and just add a void method, public void set player entity player. This dot player is player. Perfect. What else? That's it, I think. So just at this point, I can just say entity factory dot set player e2. I really need a better name for this. Is there anywhere else this is used? This was going to go over there, but other than that... Okay, so here, e2, replace with player. Thank you. It's about time. Oh, that's it. Okay. Never mind. What happens? Hey, you work! That's good. I want you to be able to work. But the question is, do all the enemies spawn like normal? I want to check the other ones to make sure they still spawn properly. I mean, they should, but yeah, not an issue. And while we're at it... Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking... this enemy thing, probably, because considering the general nature of class, I could do it separately, or it might make more sense if it was just like an inner class. So I'll do that. I don't think it especially matters, but, whoops. Whoop. Oh, no. No. Okay. So what I do is I want to parameterize my basic enemy. So private static class entity maker. Well, it's not inherits from my entity maker. I'm going to call it enemy maker, which extends from entity maker. And this, yeah, I can just do this then. The difference is I'm going to have a public void, or just a constructor for it. That's what I want. I want a public enemy maker takes in... What sort of things would I want it to take in? I would want to customize what can hit it. That's true. So, a int array... What did I call it? I want to keep the naming consistent. That's under... Where is that under, actually? It's enemy component. Okay, so under enemy component, I called it... Hittable component types. Okay. Sure. Hittable component types. I also want an entity component adder, I believe is what it's called. Double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've been calling it. Yeah, entity component adder. For bullet type. Is that all? Is that everything I want to do here? Sure, let's get the job done for now. Yeah, so private int array, hittable component types, and private int array, or, whoa, no, not an int array. This, bam. You guys doing all right there? I hope everything's going alright with you. I haven't checked comments in a bit. I'll look to see if y'all have anything to say in just a moment. But I want to finish this off real quick. And yeah. So, there you go. Double component types, and bullet type will be replace standard bullet. Oh, I also want to parameterize this, which is the number of collectibles. So int num collectibles. Oh. Oh, it does not equal the bullet type. No, that does not determine what the collectibles are. Just private int num collectibles. There we go. Bam. This is our template for making enemies. So at this point, I should be able to go to basic enemy and say, if just say, so this, new enemy maker. Yeah, and pass in new int array of hittable component. I kind of already have it here, but oh well. Well, maybe it's something different, so that's okay. New hittable component types. I want the standard bullet and 4, because that's what I had. So, there we go. Bam. Make and run. What happens? Nothing! Okay. No interface expected? Okay, might be interface. Okay, so it should be implements. Yeah, that makes sense. These are all instances, so that does make sense. And more errors. Okay. Spatial structure. Non-static variable cannot be referenced from a static. Okay, so it's not a static class then, so it's a private class. Well, that should give it access to the class variables though, so this should be okay. Yeah! Awesome! And they are giving us score. And yeah, that's perfect. So now at this point, I should be able to easily make my awesome black hole enemies. So black holes and white holes, they're things. Don't especially care about those right now because I'm making a black hole enemy and a white hole enemy. Yeah! And these, they shoot black hole adder and white hole adder. Not hole. I don't know why I keep wanting to say white hold. White hole. Oh wait, I didn't need to use them, but it builds, that's something. So as far as using them goes, I suppose I'll just do what I sort of had before, where not all this. Oh yeah, I'll probably want to move all those somewhere too. Oh, and the zoom bullets I've not done yet, but oh well, I'm most of the way done. It's mostly just moving stuff over at this point. So what should I do? Delayed spawn? Yeah. Any factory. And white hole enemy. And I'll just get rid of the delay. Bam. Let's enjoy the chaos. Ha ha. Perfect. Feel the refactoring, viewers. I can shoot from under here. And look at this. I can sort of shoot through all the white holes at sort of a reduced power level. It's kind of cool. I like that. It allows me to cover more screen area. Just like that. That's cool. I'm not going to get over that, am I? Oh, but that's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think I'm going to refactor. Actually, no, I'm going to check comments, I'll refactor the rest, and then I'll do lunch break. That's why. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you, Myvar. Anything else that happened in the last, like, 30 minutes? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay. Hey, great. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I'm trying my best to just, do whatever. Well, yeah, for a game jam, I guess that's understandable, but, yeah. I'm trying to do what I can, considering I'm using the frickin' Frankenbase. That's an interesting question. A black hole shooting into something. Right now, they don't interact. Oh, that would be really confusing. A black hole going through a white hole. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, but that is a cool idea. It does. Right now, bullets don't hurt. Like, the player's bullets don't shoot themselves. But enemy bullets can go through the black holes. And, it's hard to predict which white hole they're coming out of. So there's something like that. Hey, thank you, Red Teapot. I'm glad the current font size is nice. Screen wrapping? I can do screen wrapping. Ooh, power-up! I didn't even think about that! Well, I do have the soul system, so you do get more powerful as you can collect more souls, but... yeah. What are those mechanical key switches I'm hearing? I honestly don't know. I really, really don't know, but I'm glad you're enjoying the sound. Yep, it's GVim. Java.lang. Nothing wrong with Java exception. Hell yes. Okay. So how's everyone doing? I am doing all right. I am having a great time refactoring. My scope. MVP. Well, we'll see. Okay. So right now, I just want to finish off the refactoring. I just want to get everything else that I have in here, all that stuff, out of here. So that way, just in test scene is like the scene itself, Not all the different game components or types and nonsense. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. It sets up the scene, creates the player, and then it's creating the actual level. That is exactly what I want in the scene. So, okay, I am so glad I've done this. This is perfect. But I do need to create the rest of it, so let's move everything else over. Oh, right. Here we are. So I'm going to create the rest of the bullets. I should probably keep bullets in the same general area. So yeah, I'm probably going to put these below black and white hole. I don't actually even know if I'm going to use these. They're just from my tech demo. But hey, there's something there. I could maybe make use of them somehow. Maybe? Question mark? Apostrophe? I don't know. But yeah, boss bullet. I don't need all of this. I think this is all in the zoom bullet. Yeah, that's the... well, I'll keep this for reference. But that's the only reason I'm going to keep it. Yeah, that's the boss bullet. What else do I need to move over? Zoom bullet. I don't even think I'm using it, but I have it, so I'm going to do something with it. Public, final, bam. Zoom bullet. That appears to be just about right. Do I have git structure, though? That's the thing. These are entity component adders, so probably not. These should probably work. Yeah, I think those are okay. So sweet. That is actually everything in here, and I don't even need... ooh. Yeah, I can pass in the bullet. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, boss entity is going to be weird because... yeah, this is... Here's what I'm going to do. For the time being, I'm literally going to take all of this entire thing, including all this, cut and paste all the way over in here. Maybe, sure, at the top or something. Because I'm going to be working mostly at the bottom, so that would make more sense. So there. It'll be public entity, make boss entity, taking in all these crazy things. And then when I scroll down, I can... well, these are interesting ideas, so I'll just keep them. And yeah, this is the end of the method. Okay, I think that's a reasonable idea. That should be... well, ultimately, I'll be designing the boss there anyway, so that does make sense. But, oh, make spawning entity. That probably gets used by something. Yeah, okay. Does anything else use it? No, okay. What about in here? Does anything else use it? Or is it literally just a helper method? Okay, yeah, it's literally just a helper method for the boss. So, okay. That's fine. I can just go ahead and add that in there. Anything else? Any other refactoring I need to do? Create projectiles? Is this even used? Whoa, no, don't comment out. I want to see if... no, it's not even used. Okay. What about make collider and collision? When create outer wall, okay, that's fair. But create projectile, probably not necessary. Honestly, it seems like a reparameterization of the projectile component. Don't even know why that's necessary. Side panels used, stars. Here's where we get into the rest of the logic. Okay, that's good. If this works, we're good. We should be fully refactored if this works. And we are not. Of course. Why would it be refactored that easily? That would just make too much daggone sense. Okay. 592. Oh, there is a get structure. That's a sneaky one. Okay. Is that it? E2. I need to replace E2 with player. Because now I actually have a remotely decent variable name. I know. What a concept. Oh, this is just straight up. But I don't need E2 here. I can just replace that with player because it knows about the player. So, again, E2. Replace with player. No, bad. Player. Player. Anywhere else? E2. No. Not there. E2. No. E2. Is that the only thing that aims at the player? Really? Okay, well, this is all just a bunch of entity nonsense. That's fine. I'll go ahead and replace it with player anyways. I think these use like an old parameterization that doesn't even work even if I wanted to use them, but, you know. E2. Anywhere else that uses a player. Ha-ha! And show structure. That's it. Okay. This might be enough? No. Of course it's not enough. Oh, did I not? Oh, I just didn't search for get structure. Ah, okay. So yeah, I just want to replace everywhere with spatial structure. That's simple enough. It's dead simple, I dare say. Spatial structure, spatial structure, spatial structure. Guess what's coming up next? You guessed it, it's spatial structure. We're having a field day of spatial structure right now. I should probably at least test this to make sure the boss thing is still working. Oh, can you imagine? Hang on. Boss plus black holes. Oh, that is evil. I love it. Oh, bullet light. Right. That is somewhere in test scene. Yeah, it's a local variable here. I guess it should be a class variable in here. I suppose that would be what would make the most sense. Let's just scroll down past everything, modify our class variables. Oh, but now I need render to... Okay, so I'll have private iRender device. I will need to take this in as a parameter. That's fine. I will, at this point, in the constructor, set this dot bullet light equals this. And now, for factoring, should hopefully, with any sort of luck, be done. Probably. Actually, I don't even need that for the constructor. So, outside the constructor, so yeah, I can just take it in as a parameter like that. Bam! So, in here, I have access to the render device. Dead simple. I can just pass it in. There. Now, what happens? Errors! Okay, but we're getting close. Oh, we do have create projectile. Use some. Okay. But I already deleted it. So, here's what I'm going to do. Undo until I have this. Copy. Redo. And move it over here. There we go. Never get structure. Wow, they're really everywhere, aren't they? Okay, 333. Ah, spatial structure. Is that it? 411, and that should be everything. This, I really hope this is good. I'm getting a little bit, I like the refactoring. It's getting a little bit much. It's a lot of stuff to change just to move something out of a file. Awesome. Oh, and I want to test. I remember. I wanted to test black holes plus boss. I, 'cause, 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 ' Yes. Actually, hang on a second. I can change this thing because not only you know about sprites, so you can just have a private sprite sheet variable, a sprite sheet variable, local variable sprites, which equals primary sheet. Bam, that's that on. Screen center X? Sure, okay, that can still be a parameter. But now, black holes, white holes, and right, it's entity.boss, wrong component. It's entity factory dot boss bullet. You know, maybe factory is not the right name, so it's technically not implementing the factory pattern, but oh well. So look at that. Oh, they're all going in. Into the black holes, out the white holes. Oh boy. That's pretty great. Oh, I got hit by a white hole. Alright. Well, it was fun. That's definitely... If you want to create chaos, that is a good way to do it. But stuff like that, I'm a little... Oh, I know why that's not doing it, because I have lighting at maximum. I just changed screen light like 0.5. There we go. Now I get to see the lighting effects. Yeah, okay. I just want to watch out for the white holes because... oh boy. Okay. Good. Actually, while I'm at it, one last thing I want to change, and then I think I will take a break just to get lunch and stuff. I want to save screen lighting for later. I still have 4 hours left to basically design the game if I want to stay on schedule. That's doable. I can do that. So I'm going to have private double old screen lighting, which equals 1.0. Basically, every frame I'm going to set old screen lighting equals screen lighting. There we go. And here, what I'm going to do is say if continue button is down, I'll restore the old screen lighting. So here's what I want to test. Actually, I can just go ahead and move these back to here. You I can get rid of for now. You I can get rid of for now. You I can move up. What I want to do is I want to visit collectible components. Collectibles, yes. I want to temporarily set number of lives to 1. Yes, 1 life. 1 life only. Because what I want to test is... Oh, wait. I've turned screen lighting back to 0.1.0. 0.5. I want to enable the boss... Again, it's there, good. I want to see if this will clash right with the game over screen. So, kill stuff, get hit, or not. Yay! I got hit. Ooh, and screen shake stays around? Question mark? Why is screen shake not going away when I game over? That's interesting. Ah, I see, because stars delta not being updated anymore. Okay. So I should reset screen shake probably upon death. Hey, okay. So this does appear to be working correctly with the game over screen. Even if I do something like put screen light really dim. So this is actually interesting. This actually makes it brighter. It starts off really dark. If I get hit, bam, game over. It's a little brighter. Goes back to what it was. Perfect. So this is no longer a problem. I solved that issue. I do want to change it back and just get rid of the boss entity because that's just testing nonsense. We're going to design the final boss later. That is actually... Whoops, sorry about the mic. That is on the list of things to do. What else do I need to do before I take a break? I think... Change this back to 5, of course. 5 lives. I think that's a good number. And... That seems like mostly it, I think. Unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, let's take one last look at the comments. The stream will be going off temporarily. And then I'll have lunch and I'll come back. That's right. Alright, let's see. Hey, if you have a Java game to upload, I think that's cool. I love seeing games and stuff. Alright, here's where really new stuff. Okay, so sorry I missed that last time. Hey. Hey, I'm glad my stream's helping you. Enjoy your World of Warcraft session. What do the black and white holes do? So if you shoot a bullet through a black hole, it comes out through a white hole. Simple as that. And it allows you to do stuff in crazy directions. Yeah. It's GVim. Great might be pushing it, but there's definitely some code, and it does stuff. Yeah! Is this a Java port of CGFX5? Not quite. It's a... yeah. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to have bullets during the boss movement. I think that might be a little insane. But yeah. So that, I think, is all I'm going to do now. I'm getting a bit hungry. I'm going to take a break and go to lunch. And from there, we'll be continuing on our grand plan. We have all this done. We have a bonus goal, which was refactor. And when we get back, we're going to create a whole bunch of different enemy types. It's going to be awesome. We're going to finalize the player mechanics. That shouldn't be too bad. That's honestly, I'm liking the soul system. I think we're going to go with that or something very similar. Yeah, then we'll be on into level design. We're getting out of the code portion and into the actual design, the game itself. That is cool. I am loving it. So awesome. Thank you very much all for joining me. I will see you all in a few moments. Hey, thank you. I will enjoy my lunch to the fullest. I hope you all enjoy whatever breaks you take. I don't have a good prediction. Maybe half an hour-ish. Somewhere around there I should be back. So yeah, I'll see you all in about half an hour. Till then.